go. 12 rounds of boxing for the interim NABF 140-pound championship bout. Introducing to you first on my left. He is fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with leopard trim. Fighting out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He weighed in at a ready 136 pounds. His record, 19 wins, 12 losses, and 4 draws, with 9 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Emanuel E40 Burton. Opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the red-blue corner in this 12-round attraction, wearing black trunks with multicolored trim. He is fighting out of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. He weighed in at 138 pounds with a record of 15 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. He has 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Teddy Reid. Once again, a referee in charge, Elmo Adolph. Now to give instruction, 12 rounds of championship boxing scheduled.
Hi, gentlemen, this is the championship. I've given you instructions earlier. You know what I expect of you. Shake hands, come out boxing.
All right. Take a look at the rules here. The NABF championship rules. 10-point must system is in effect, of course. No 3 knockdown rule. You can't be saved with the bell in any round. Only the referee is able to stop the fight. And the headbutt rule, you go to the cards after 4 rounds. So we're set to go. Round number 1. Burton with the leopard skin stripe down his trunks.
I think you'll find that this is a fight between 2 guys who possess skills. This should be a very good boxing match between these 2 fighters. Reid, however, is the guy, I think, who carries the bigger punch. And as you just take a look at them, side by side, he looks much bigger than does Emanuel Burton. Certainly has a height advantage. I mean, you're 5'11" to 5'6", and Burton's going to have to figure out how to get past that.
And that's not easy against the guy who's that much bigger, has that much, although he doesn't have that great a reach advantage, interestingly enough.
Yes, it did. I thought the same thing, Barry. He seemed to be just in a little bit of distress from that shot. He didn't look that hard, but it might have caught him just the right way. And he just wanted to step back, did Reid, and collect himself a little bit.
He looks like he's just trying to get loose here.
Fighting that all from the outside, big shots from the outside, looking to fight tall here against Emanuel Burton, keeping him on the end of his punches.
Burton, thus far, has shown no ability to be able to get inside of Reid. Clearly will not be able to do much business outside. Good left hand by Reid. Clean shot. And drop the right hand in. Burton thus far has proven very hittable. Goes back to the right hand of his own against Reid.
And he threw several punches, and again he's got Reid going backwards. And Burton kind of nodded his head as Reid, as if to say, how'd you like that, Teddy?
Burton motioning that he would like Reid to come in. I don't believe Reid will respond. But right now, Burton's peppering Reid. Hitting him almost at will here.
Reid looks very lethargic here in the last minute. That was a good punch to the body, a jab to the body by Burton. He feinted to the head and then went down low. And Reid fell for the feint, and he brought that left jab hard to the body.
Keep him up, keep your punches up, keep him up.
Left hand again, and it knocks Reid sideways. Not a devastating punch. That right hand was a good one. Reid ducks under a couple of wild, or rather Burton ducked under a couple of wild deep shots. Good first round for Emanuel Burton. Now Reid comes back, but a very good first round by and large, I thought, for Burton. What about these 2 guys? Let's talk first, Rich, about Emanuel Burton.
Well, you saw that first round of Burton's, and he is a guy, you know, who likes to come out if he can, start fast, and then keep that pace up. And he showed some skills in his short fast pace in round 1 after a slow first minute. loves them and has a tendency to showboat. He won't want to do that here tonight. On the other hand, you have Teddy Reid. And our scouting report on Reid is basically, and you saw some of this in the first minute, is that he's an aggressive guy with a style. He likes to load up. He has fought against top opposition. We mentioned some of those fights, but he has at times been in and out. I think just in that first round he was a little bit in and out. He started very well, but then Burton came on very strong. And Burton really was nailing him at this point of the round. Reid seemed bothered by those punches, Barry.
And I'll tell you what, too, Rick, while you were doing your scouting report, and I was looking at Reid in the corner, and you mentioned in the first round how lethargic he looked. He carried that look right through the 1 minute intermission between rounds. I mean, he just looked disinterested and almost as though he was about to nod off.
Well, I think many question marks exist about Teddy Reid, and they'll be answered as this fight evolves, but I wouldn't be too encouraged by what happened in the first round. His fight with Emilio Valdez, the last fight, however you remember, was a back-and-forth fight. Valdez fought at times a very dirty fight. There was a lot going on in that fight, and Reid came on in the end and fought very well, down the stretch to get that bout. So maybe he's just starting slow here tonight and can pick it up again.
It's just one of the great unknowns in boxing. When you're in a fight wherein your opponent is seriously injured, there are fighters. Boomer Mazzini is one that comes to mind. I don't believe he was ever the same fighter after he was involved in a fight like that. Sean O'Grady has joined us at the table now, and mercifully, Sean, you were never in a situation like this, but it's a tough one for Teddy Reid. Don't hold.
Actually, I'm very thankful that I was never in a situation like that. You never want that to happen. And knowing Teddy Reid and what kind of person he is, he really didn't want for Valdez to be in a coma as a result of this fight. He said he spent the night at the hospital with Valdez trying to check on him. He's called several times to Valdez's family to wish his best for him. He said, you know what, he's a tough kid. Even he's showing this, that he's remained alive. You know what? And you wonder how that affects a fighter and such a nice kid like Teddy Reid in that first round. Burton is a tough, hard-nosed fighter. He says in the ring, a boxer, an action fighter. He says his best punch is the straight left for Emanuel Burton, and there it is.
Yeah, but Sean, how has he been able to negate those physical disadvantages of height and reach that he's facing?
Look at how he's fighting. You see his head moving, constant movement on that head. A moving target is hard to hit. Look at him move around, bobbing, weaving. He slides on the inside of the reach of Teddy Reid. Teddy Reid, 70-inch reach, 1 inch longer than Burton. But Teddy not getting the full advantage of that. There's that reach. That's the way Teddy should be fighting. Get that jab going.
Quick right hand from Burton. Burton's somehow. And he's not doing it behind a jab, but he's not particularly trying to crowd Reid as you might expect. But again, an effective round for Emanuel Burton. Well, a reminder to join us for the last word. Jim Rome telling it like it is, weeknights at 6:30 and again at 11:30 right here on Fox Sports Net. The last word with Jim Rome. We start the third round, and it's been a very effective fight thus far for Emanuel Burton. He continues the attack.
And it has been a relentless attack so far, Barry. After a slow first minute or so for Emanuel, he started taking it to Teddy Reid, and he's been able to land a lot of great shots, both the head and the body. I thought he's done some very good work to the body here also. Emanuel was just fearless in there.
Richie said, when I fight, I really try to entertain. I try to get the crowd into it. Fighting fun. And for him, it is fun. Look at that left hook. He says that's his best shot.
Conversely, Reid just threw a left hook a moment ago, and it had nothing on it. And it was an open shot.
Burton is very sharp. He is throwing crisp punches.
Yeah, look at this. Look at the movement from Burton, too. Moving target, hard to hit. He says, I like to fight tough. He says, Burton, if you fight good fighters, you learn. And you know what? His record 21-14-4. Not impressive, but he says, I've been a road warrior, and I've learned to fight. You know what? Emanuel Burton has. Look at his shots, up and down, mixing the attack. That short right hand to the body right there, Elan, that is a great weapon. Short grab. Here comes Teddy Reid out of nowhere, awakened.
Right-handed. Burton is really there for that overhand right from Reid.
Teddy sure loads up with those shots.
Reid has a good right hand. He says that is his favorite punch. I asked him about what his best punch was. He said, they're all good. What do you mean my best punch? He says his style of boxer puncher, there's some of his boxing ability now. He's got to loosen up, get into this fight. Too tense tonight. Look at the muscles in his back. You know he's in shape.
He did a little move there that was what George Foreman used, which was basically to put two hands on an opponent's shoulders and just push Burton away. And that's how you partly can fight tall. When you have a reach like do that. When the guy gets close to you like Burton, just get him and shove him off.
Yeah, and what's interesting to me, Rich and Sean, is that Burton is not coming in behind a jab, and yet he's not just rushing it either, and yet he's in there.
Yeah, here's why. See him bobbing and weaving? That's a great tactic to use, especially when you're fighting a tall as low. Bobbing and weaving and then get in. Smart fighters have so much respect for the Emanuel Burton type of fighters.
Well, he's doing a great job thus far. We come to the end of round number 3, and we'll be back. Of course, our main event, Ben Tackey took the fight on short notice, but don't underestimate him against Golden Johnson. Meanwhile, round 4 underway, and Burton opens up immediately.
Wow. It's amazing. You watch a little guy in there against him, but just see how fearless Burton is.
Keep him up, keep him up, keep him up.
The way he fights, hard-nosed, he is a tough fighter. Look at him, he is
Let's
really
go.
learned his
No, punch, get out.
Learned his school. He's rated number 16 in the NABF. Fighting for this championship tonight. He wants to be a champion.
And Sean, at one time, really, he had a very mediocre record. Even now, it's not glittering at 21-14, but he was a 500 fighter. But he said, you know, he lost a lot of close decisions. He would go into guys' hometowns, and he just felt like, look, I'm not going to let that bother me. Even after he would lose, he said, I'm not giving up. I'm not going to let it affect me. I'm going to keep going and pursue my goal.
And that's really how he got into boxing back at 17 years old. He was looking for something positive to get into that he could use as a career. And he looked toward boxing. It kept him off the streets. It kept him out of trouble. He fought for Amner a couple of years and 26 bouts. He turned pro.
Like what you guys mentioned, too, for the 500 record card that you said earlier, Sean, if you look, he fought in Denmark, he fought in England, he fought in Puerto Rico. He's been all over the place. His record is dotted with bouts in a whole lot of states and a whole lot of countries.
Right here in Mississippi last year when he fought Terrell Finger, was undefeated at the time in 22 fights, and he stopped him in the 8th round of that bout. And so I think a lot of times opponents take a look at that record and think maybe they're in for a walk in the park, and that's not the case against this guy.
It's so true, the Terrell Finger fight, he said, Terrell hit him hard, he made him work, and that's why Burton won the fight. You know, in this fight, it's been Burton who's been really establishing and always kept that from the first round. Taking the initiative is something that he's been working on in the gym. Boxer who will fight.
He's making Reid fight his fight. Don't push him, Teddy. Don't push him.
Reid's got to get those hands flying.
And those uppercuts from long range aren't going to do it.
A lot more of that jab is on.
And then you got to bring in the right hand. You get your opponent watching that jab, get him looking at it, get him mesmerized by the jab, and then you unload the right hand. Teddy Reid's not doing that.
End of the 4th round. Lots more to come. Don't go away. Welcome back. Round number 5, and it's been an entertaining fight. And Burton has provided most of the action.
Yeah, I think he surprised Reid so far. Now Reid is looking here to use lateral movement and the jab. He's come out with a different strategy in this round. He's circling around the ring, and so it'll be up to Burton here to try to cut him off, slide to the side if he can, and keep Reid from doing that. Reid feeling that he's going to use his reach, his jab here, and keep the fight at long range if he can.
Right now, let's go over to Teddy Reid's corner. Sean O'Grady is there. Champ, what do you got?
Actually, right now, I'm over in Emanuel Burton's corner. I'll be in Teddy Reid's corner a little bit later. I'm talking to Frank James. Frank, looks like you guys got exactly what you wanted. Is this what you were training for?
Yeah, this is what we were training for, you know, and Teddy Reid was just Susan. And that's what we want. We're going to try to get him out of there as soon as we can, but we got to work with him. We got to get inside and bring him to the, bring him down. And
now, Emanuel's not a KO artist. I mean, he's not only 10 KOs and his 21 wins. Yeah, are you going to try to go for the knockout?
You know, he may did a lot of playing in his earlier days, and now we're not playing no more, He's trying to get his career started, and he's doing what I want him to do.
What does this crowd see?
They see he might even take me to him.
All right, well, you know what? They're getting excited about something. Hey, guys, I think they want a knockout. Back over to you.
Yeah, I think they're looking for that, too, but just as he was saying he wasn't playing, he was playing.
Yeah, but Burton, the reason why is he's getting bold. He's getting very confident in there, Gary, and he's doing the job.
Don't talk, just fight.
Laughing at Reid right now. The referees just said to both fighters, don't talk, just fight. Almost no nonsense referee does a really nice job. Works football also.
So do you.
Well, there. That's what
Elmo, blood brothers. But this is pretty good what Reid's doing here. He's making Burton pay a little bit on the way in. I was just going to ask you, looking at Sean, actually looking out of the ring.
Sean is sitting over there. I think that's who he was looking at. You got any advice for him, Chad?
Keep your eyes forward. Yeah, don't look at me. Look at the guy throwing leather at you. Reid needs some waking up in his corner. He's got a guy who can do it. Pepe Correa is a firebrand hellraiser over in that corner with his fighters if he has to be. And Pepe can do it. That's what he needs a little bit right now.
Don't stick your arm out to it. Let's go. Don't do that. Let's go.
That's a little shot in the back from Almoedo. Well, Burton's been the whole package so far, Rich.
Yes, it's been a very surprising showing by Emanuel. Here you see him doubling and tripling up on punches. Good combination. This was at the beginning of the fight, round two. He kept it going and started to establish a trend. Keep moving in. I thought Reid was coming back a little bit in round three, fighting a better fight, although Burton was right there. Last round, round five. Look at Emanuel getting very bold, getting very confident in what's going on in there.
Burton standing in his corner between rounds. Pepe Correa in the other corner. As you look at Burton's corner, Frank James and James Harp, and Pepe Correa was pretty much in the ear of Teddy Reid in the other corner. A little redness on the right eye of Burton. It's nothing serious. Body shot by right hand has been a very good weapon for him.
It's been the most surprising thing to me is that Burton has been able to reach from long range with body punches.
He punches very quickly on your card now. Burton with a 3-point edge on Reid. There's a left hand. Again, from long range, you're right. You wouldn't think that he'd be able to score with that. Well, this time we meet it. Sean O'Grady is in the corner of Teddy Reid. Sean?
Thanks, Barry. Very happy to be over here in this corner. Pepe Correa, what's happening? He looks like he's just floating through tonight.
Well, I'll be honest with you. What it was, he hurt his right hand, so he's not dropping it like he's supposed to. But
in that last fight, he hurt his right hand, right?
Partially, but I think he'll be injured in this fight here. But give it time. He's a tough kid. If you put him together, put body shots, he can get this guy out here. But I like to see body shots. He's best friend of this kid, take this kid for granted. He can't do that.
Pepe, this is the 7th round. I don't know if Teddy's has won any of the rounds.
Is that right?
Do you think he has?
I think we won a couple. A few of them anyway.
Yeah. What is he going to do the rest of this fight?
We'll see what happens. I'm going to tell him just that what you said, and we'll see if he opens up real good. See if he opens up. If he opens up like he's supposed to, he should win the fight.
He's got to let those hands fly.
He's got to let the hands go. No question about it.
You know it. Pepe Correa. Back over to you guys. You know what he wants, Barry. He wants to get those hands moving.
Let the hands move, Teddy.
They put a period on that, didn't he?
I think Reid is having a very good round here in round 6. Fighting much better, and a lot of those punches from long range now from Reid are beginning to get there in this round.
Well, you gave Reid 1 round thus far.
That was round 3, but otherwise
keep it clean, fellas. Keep it clean.
Pretty much in control. You know, the fans, too, I think, have been on Burton's side because, you know, the ones that come in here, especially if they're just casual fans, they look up at that ring, Barry, and they see this little guy against this big guy, and the heart goes out to the little guy, right? Especially when he does something. And so I think that, Burton gained the favor of the fans in the early going.
Burton's punches a little bit more arm punches right at the moment than they have been.
Yeah, Burton not as effective in this round. His punch is not getting there.
Makes good run when he can from Reid. Brings his punches though off his hip.
Yeah, very odd angles he throws them from. He's had a real good round here, Reid.
We're coming back. He fights in our main event against a very tough guy, Ben Tacky. That's still to come. Our main event also junior welterweights. Meanwhile, good go right here. Better round for Teddy Reid, but he's still got a ways to go. Sean O'Grady has joined us here at the table once again.
Teddy Reid fighting an uphill battle. And, you know, in talking to Pepe, he was surprised that we had Reid way behind. Tonight, Burton has really taken the initiative. He has been the aggressor throughout this fight. He has gone in there with the confidence of wanting to wear a championship belt around his waist. Look at that. He's the one that's forcing this fight.
And again, Rich and I were talking about the fact that Teddy Reid has tendency to throw punches from his hip. How do you generate any power doing that?
You don't generate much power doing that. You got to, first of all, you got to bring your hands up and then throw the punch. You know what? He's a kid who's been a terrific puncher in the past, 11 KOs and his 15 wins, but they've all come from up there. See how his hands are around his face? Not only do you not generate power down at your waist, you also don't get any protection. I guess you get protection for your waist.
That's good, yeah.
You're like that.
Don't fall in the fight.
Now, Reid has kind of stopped doing what he did in the last round. He's going nose to nose here with Burton in this round. So he had to fight at long range the last round. He completely controlled it. Maybe he's a little more confident now. He's going right in on Burton and keeping it close.
You know, that hand that we talked about with Correa, that hurts so much. It's a terrible pain.
I don't know how hurt it is.
Break a hand.
I can't tell how hurt it is.
It is hurt because I saw him shaking it last round.
All right, well, he's throwing it. He's throwing it plenty in
You know what?
in this round.
And in the last fight with Valdez, he said, I'm just block that pain out. I had to throw it anyway. And that's what he's trying to do in this fight, trying to block out that pain. You know what? I remember fights that I had personally, and I would hope my opponent would duck my punches because my hands were broke. It would hurt me more than it would hurt him.
Barry Tompkins, Rich Murata, champ Sean O'Grady, ringside here in Tunica, Mississippi.
This place has become a hit in boxing. There's a good right hand from Reid, but Burton comes right back. You know, you kind of fight in waves, too. In fights of this nature, if your opponent scores, you got to take the play back from him.
No.
No pushing on the back of the neck.
That's right. Reid was pushing him down.
A little more pop in Reid's punches.
Yeah, and a little less pop in those of Burton.
Yes. Well, that started in the last round, I thought. Burton's punch is not getting there quite as quickly. Another pretty good round for Reid. We'll be back. Out of the Sunday Night Fights coming away every Sunday night. Watch tomorrow's stars as they battle our way up through the ranks. Check your local listings for the Sunday night fights on Fox Sports Net. We fight right here in our first fight of the evening. 12 rounds for the NABF Junior Welterweight Championship. Emanuel Burton, the black trunks with the leopard stripe, and Teddy Reid, black trunks, white fringe.
Trying to be a fringe contender.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know, this is a very important championship. Both of them fighting for the NABF interim title. Very important because it's a stepping stone to a world championship. If you can get a regional title like the champion of North America, here comes Burton. Burton wants that championship. Then you're just a shot away from being world champion.
Rich's car and Reid coming back into the fight. Just a point behind, so now every round becomes important. And Burton opening up in this round.
Burton seems to be enjoying the combat a little more than Reid has been tonight.
Yeah, and you know what? This is an enjoyable way to fight. You're bobbing, you're weaving, you're always doing something. The rounds go by quicker. Fight on the inside like Burton is. It's fun. Good to see Elmo Adolph, third man in the ring. Great referee. He's really terrific. You know you have a good referee when you don't see him much. Right? He gets in there, he gets his points in, then he gets out. He's there to watch the fight and make sure these kids are protected. A great referee. In fact, he referees football and basketball.
Yeah, we just talked about that. That's right.
Really loves sports. They've had a terrific amateur program around these parts. Good to see pro boxing.
Reid is fighting much better.
I think he rocked Burton a little bit with that right hand a minute ago.
The key, obviously, was Sean being in the corner and Pepe Correa saying, well, I'm going to tell him that you said that.
I got to go to Burton's corner. You're framing it out.
Yeah, fight really turned around at that point.
You know what? Both of these kids get great hard. Look at that. Both of these kids, this is the 8th round. Both of them. Back and forth battle.
And, you know, they complain of Burton said to me, I said, well, I was talking to him about his career and his fighting, and Burton looked at me and said,
get out, don't punch.
I got heart.
No doubt. No doubt. And so does Reid.
Well, Reid has found a little something. He looked very lethargic early in this fight.
More than he ever. But in a sense, now this is a much cleaner fight than the fight with Valdez was, but in a sense, he fought this way against Valdez. In other words, he started slow, he was hit with a lot of punches really going, and then gained control as the fight went on.
And Burton, to me, just seems to be ever so slowly getting low on gas. We're coming back. So at Hotel, we're in Tunica, Mississippi. We come now to round number 9, and you've got this fight dead even now, so it winds up being a 4-round fight.
If the judges think that.
Right.
They have given Reid every round, as far as we know, but I certainly think that Reid is becoming on very strong here in the middle rounds of this bout.
Puffiness under both thighs now.
Emanuel needs to catch that much sought-after second win.
Started out very quickly in the last round and faded toward the middle of the round.
I've given Reid the last 3 rounds.
We'll be going to Sean O'Grady in just a moment. He is back in the dressing area of our main event fighters, Ben Tackey and Golden Johnson. We'll give in just a moment. Seems to be bothered by
He was trying to scrape something off at the third there. He's not coming in the way that he did early. Remember when he was forcing the fight, landing a lot of shots from long range, and coming in and forcing Reid back? It is Burton going backwards now. And Reid, a bigger man, can pick up momentum on his punches that way. Burton has gone more to a boxing style in this round, Barry, to maybe perhaps change the tide, which was getting away from him a little bit, so maybe he figures if he can change the style, the way the fight's being fought, maybe he can change the tide. And that is all in the ability of a fighter to adjust in mid-course of a bout. And that's what Emanuel Burton is trying to do right now.
You would think, though, this plays into the hand of Teddy Reid a little bit more. Reid has not been able to take particular advantage of it. There was a long right hand by Reid. But Burton not doing much in this round either. I think even in the last 40 seconds, the round is there to be taken by either guy. Still, nobody has done very much in this round. Reid missed with all of those punches. Fights out of that clinch. Drop early in support of Emanuel Burton. Reid steps in with the right hand. Burton says that didn't hurt. That means that hurt. End of the 9th round. Right now, let's go back and catch up with Sean O'Grady's back in Ben Tacky's locker room. Sean?
And Ben Tacky is getting ready. He is warming up, and he looks terrific. You know what? He's got Joe Goosen in his corner. And Joe Goosen told me, he said, you know what? We're not going to try to change Ben Tacky's style. He already knows how to fight. We're just going to try to get him more of it. A lot of punches from him. Also, I was next door in the corner of Joe, in the dressing room of Golden Johnson. He is calm. He's patient. He's relaxed. He also is warming up. But he says he is ready to go. This should be an outstanding fight. Two fighters that really realize the importance of a win tonight and then moving on in their career. Back over to you guys, moving on in this show. Back to you.
Not to mention our careers. Golden Johnson and Ben Tacky, this is a real springboard fight, I think, for each of them.
Yes, and this warm-up period, actually, that you're getting a little peek into, which is something that you don't get to see in other sports, is very important in the locker rooms of each of those two fighters, that they get themselves sufficiently warmed up, prepared, get mentally already into their fight, and get warm and ready to go.
So this round number 10, Emanuel Burton and Teddy Reid. It's a long right hand from Reid. Reid has turned the tide here in this fight. Whether or not he turned it quick enough would be the only debatable answer. Debatable question, I should say. The outcome may be a debatable answer.
You're confusing me. What are you talking about?
Well, when Teddy Reid started this move that may or may not get him to win is the debatable question, and the decision being an answer may also be debatable.
Could you write it down for me?
I think that's what I meant.
Reid pointing it out right here.
Watch out, watch out.
I thought he might have had a slight edge in that last round. Not much either way, no matter who. And that could, if this goes the distance, Barry, be the critical scoring round. I gave it to Reid, but certainly you can build a case for Burton in that last round, too. It was so close.
Reid continuing to load up here. He has had that same rather stoic expression on his face right from the opening bell. Keep him up, keep him up. Keep your punches up.
And Reid continues to load up.
Burton finds a little something.
Burton has done one thing. He's made Reid pay for misses in this fight. When Reid is loaded up with those shots, come over the top, miss. Burton has come right back a lot of times, right left to the body, try to make a guy pay for a mistake.
Now Burton doing what he did so successfully earlier in the fight.
And Reid did it.
They did. Weak though they might have been. Both these guys getting a little bit tired. 6 minutes to go in this fight. A fight that could hang in those 6 minutes. Burton ends the round by chasing Reid around. We'll be back. 7th round, and our partner Rich Marotta has this fight dead even at this juncture. Burton found a little something at the end of that last round.
Yeah, and again, it seems to be the guy who can back the other guy up, who gets coming forward, gets that momentum going, and has the other guy treading backwards. And Burton was able to do that in the last round again, and he's picked it up right here at the start of this round.
In the corner of Emanuel Burton, Sean O'Grady. Sean?
Thanks, guys. Frank James again. Frank, what's happening here?
I think we just trying to outbox him right now. We're not trying to really take him out because he boy can take a good punch. So what he's doing is right now is basically just picking him apart. Trying to catch him, make him miss with a bunch of shots.
Frank, it looks like Teddy is getting desperate because it looks like he's trying to load up.
He has to get desperate because I think we're up about 2 or 3 rounds. He needs a knockout.
Now wait a second. Emmanuel Burton, he told me that he's been a victim of bad decisions.
Right.
That's not going to happen here, is it?
I hope we don't. You know what I'm saying?
How can you keep it from happening?
We got to win these last 2 rounds big. Let's go, son.
Yeah, these last 2 are championship rounds. They know they need these last 2. You can't go for leaving this in the hands of the judges. Back over to you guys.
All right, thanks, Sean. And of course, we have it even. He, in his mind, has this guy in front by a couple of rounds, as you might expect. But a pretty good round thus far from Burton.
Yeah, I like the way Burton spotted this round, and again, Reid hasn't done a lot. Reid does throw the harder punch, it seems like, of the 2. And so the question always that judges have to face in that kind of a situation, they were faced with this in those Ali Frazier fights, is the one big punch negate the 3 or 4 that the other guy lands into the leg.
Clearly no, but in reality, maybe. Burton continues to pound, and Reid missing more than Burton. There's no question about that.
This is a real cracker of a fight.
Terrific.
And I think Burton's... Oh, man! That was perfect. He walked right into it, Barry. I was thinking he was getting bold again, Burton. And that's the sign of it. When you walk in a reckless situation like that, and you get tagged.
Boy, he did, too. Stood him straight up for a moment, but here he comes again.
I still think Burton's got this round if nothing disastrous happens to him here in the last 30 seconds. He's won this round the way he did the early rounds. He's got Reid in trouble.
Yes, he does. Right hand. Reid backing up again, and that plays to the point you made. Whoever can get the other to back up. And it is Reid right now on his heels. Great round. Yeah, Emanuel Burton, despite the one good uppercut by Reid. He may have to do it again if he's got it left.
Emanuel seems to have caught that much sought-after second win.
Well, you said he's got heart by his own admission, and he's showing it right now. Let's see if we can eavesdrop into the corners here. All right, baby. Last round. Last round, son. Let's go. Turn around, son. Let me get some. All right. You looking good? I tell you, you look good that round. Come on. Way in. I know you're tired. He tired, too. So you got to bring it out. Look, it's the last round. Come on, touch one. Okay? He's tired. Can't lose this round. Damn it. Huh?
There were some great shots in that last round. Most of them landed by Emanuel Burton, except one time he walked right into a scorching right uppercut from Teddy Reid. What a shot that was. Beautifully thrown by Reid. His best punch maybe of the fight. Oh, that is right in the jaw. And amazing it didn't have more effect on Burton than it did.
Stunning that it did. His legs never followed. From the final round, the crowd here in Tunica appreciates it, as well they should. Sean is actually in the corner next to Pepe Carrera. And Sean, your mic is open, so jump in here if you see something.
Yeah, thanks for making me in this. This is a terrific match with a great couple of last rounds. Wow.
And Burton takes the early momentum here, and again he gets Reid backing up. Look at Burton go.
The good left hand is a right hand by Burton. Reid a little more wild. Burton a little sharper, much as he was early in the fight.
And Emanuel Burton is saying, don't tell me a good little man can't beat a good big man.
Well, our main event's going to have to go some. You saw Burton just take a deep breath and just say to himself, I got 2 minutes left.
Reid trying to get established that jab to see if he can change things up here in this round, Barry, and get Burton off of him. But Burton not giving him any room to breathe.
Well, you know what? This is the last round of a 12-round fight. Right here, all you do is you put your gloves on your opponent's face. Hit him as many times as you can. Try to score the points. Don't worry about the KO. Burton again manages to take that little step to the left and stop Reid. Reid has to hold. Comes Burton, and another right hand by Reid.
Emanuel Burton has just got hit some huge shots in the last 2 rounds and walks through them, Barry. He's like a man who's saying to himself, I will not be denied. I will not go down.
I've come this far, I'm going to take it all the way to the finish line. And he hit Reid a moment ago with a pretty good right hand. The voice you might be hearing in the background is that of Pepe Carrera. It's probably coming through Sean O'Grady's microphone, actually.
You're right, Barry. He is very loud over here. He's excited because he wants a knockout. There's a window of opportunity that's open right now.
And there's a look at Pepe Carrera in the corner of Teddy Reid. 25 seconds left in this one, and the outcome may still be in the balance.
You know, Pepe Correa has been the trainer of Sugar Ray Leonard, has been the trainer of Lennox Lewis, and look, you've got a fight here, and it looks to me like it means just as much to him as those kind of big fighters do.
And again, it is Burton who gets Reid going backward. What a round, and what a fight.
These two guys deserve a very loud cheer at the end of this round.
That's right, Jack. It's over.
Boy, I love it when two guys get out there and they don't have an ounce of energy left, really, basically, Barry. They didn't leave anything up there.
And Teddy Reid finished a very different way than he started. He started a little bit lethargic, let Burton take the fight from him early, came back in the middle rounds. It's now in the hands of the judges. We'll be back. Well, the judges have made their decision here at the Horseshoe Casino and Hotel. Let's find out what it is as we go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 excellent rounds of action, we go to the scorecards with a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Fred Steinwinder III scores at 116 to 112. Judges Bill Clancy and David Taranto both score the bout 115 to 113. All three in favor of the winner of the interim NABF 140-pound championship, Teddy Reid.
Well, the crowd reacted predictably.
Well, the crowd obviously was with Emanuel Burton. It was very close. Burton thought he won the fight. I thought it was extremely close too, Barry, right down into the final rounds. The judges gave it to Teddy Reid. I don't know about the decision. It was very, very close. However, that kid, Burton, you just saw, fought his heart out.
Really did. He's a guy who was victimized by decisions before. And I guess if you ask him, yet another time. Right now to Sean O'Grady with the winner, Teddy Reid. Sean?
Thanks, guys. I've got a very happy winner, Teddy Reid. You know what? I visited your corner. I thought you were way behind on points. What were you thinking as you came down to the final few rounds?
Well, I hurt my hand in the third round, my right hand. I really still was hurt from Valdez. I tried to recuperate it and get back in there as soon as possible.
Yeah. You know, you even picked it up in this final round. You landed some good shots. Were you still thinking in that final round you can still be champion?
Yeah, I knew all I had to do was hold on to it because I won the early rounds. This box.
But you were going for the KO at the end.
Yeah, because he forced me to throw my right hand. It was really out of commission, but I had to still use it.
How close was this fight?
It wasn't close to me. It was a one-hand fight, really, because my right hand is not, I can't throw it like I should be able to.
Yeah, I've seen you throw that in the past, but when I came over there to the corner, you really picked it up.
I have to tell you anything.
All right, so can I get half of that title belt? All right, he's got a championship belt, and he can't wait to have a world title belt. Right now he has NAB interim title, NABF.